Well, vulnerable nuclear material it's a phrase we use to describe highly enriched uranium or plutonium, which are the essential building blocks of a nuclear weapon. And if that material is in a location that is vulnerable to either theft or diversion or some other form of proliferation concern, then that's what we consider to be a vulnerable nuclear material. Well, I would say that it's improving. There's a vast amount of nuclear material out in the world, both in military inventories and in the civilian nuclear economy, and we're concerned about the portions of it that could be used in a nuclear weapon. But we've been doing this nuclear security work around the world for a number of years, and we've had quite a number of successes in the past decade in particular. We've been working very closely with our Russian partners since the end of the Cold War, and we've been assisting them and working with them in cooperative ways to upgrade the security of their nuclear facilities. We have worked in a number of countries outside of Russia to upgrade nuclear security at their facilities, and we have long-standing relationships and support mechanisms with the International Atomic Energy Agency and the Nuclear Suppliers Group. So we assist other countries with their export controls and with nuclear safeguards as well. And I'm sure you know that President Obama has given us just an extraordinary opportunity with his commitment in the Prague speech in April earlier this year and in the course of the Moscow summit over the summer to ramp up and increase and expand, accelerate all of this nuclear security work. It's very important to us, and it's very important to all the nations of the world. Well, I think probably the biggest challenge we have in securing these materials is that we have to do it in a cooperative way with all of our international partners. And we do have very good relationships with all the countries we work with. It's not at all like it's depicted in Hollywood. We can't parachute in the dead of night and send in special operations teams and secure the material. We have cooperative arrangements with these countries. This is work that our partner countries believe is in their own national security interests as well, so they have a natural desire to see it through. And we work in well over 100 countries around the world every year. And like I said, we have very good relationships with them. We have people who speak the foreign language, who have studied overseas, who have worked in a variety of capacities over the years. They understand the culture. And so we're well equipped to do this kind of work all over the world. Well, the first thing we've done is we've taken another look among all the agencies of the U.S. government, because the Department of Energy, National Nuclear Security Administration, of which I'm part, is just one part of a larger U.S. government effort that includes the State Department and Defense Department, the intelligence community, Department of Homeland Security. All these agencies have their appropriate roles to play, as do our partner countries. So we've undertaken an inventory of the skills and capabilities we have available, and an inventory of the materials that we're concerned about, the vulnerable nuclear materials that could be the constituent elements of a nuclear weapon or a terrorist nuclear weapon. So that was the first task. And the second is to increase the resources available to this work, and the President has made that possible with his really unprecedented commitment to secure nuclear materials around the world over the next 4 years. So we have a mandate from the White House, and we have a lot of support in Congress to do this kind of work. I would say that the best way to characterize the role of the National Nuclear Security Administration in particular, and the Department of Energy more generally, is to bring the technical expertise of our national laboratories, such as Los Alamos, Livermore, Oak Ridge, and the like. We bring that technical expertise to bear on the problems that we encounter, particularly in other countries, but also on technological problems that we encounter in export controls and safeguards. It's a special expertise that this department and this administration have available, and we're happy to offer it to the nation. Well, let's see. As you say, we have been in existence for a long time, although by different names. The Department of Energy and its predecessors have been in existence in one form or another since the end of World War II, and our original mandate to protect nuclear technology comes from the Atomic Energy Act. So the Department of Energy and NNSA exercise important responsibilities in the realm of export control and protecting the technologies associated with nuclear weapons. That's long-standing. And ever since the signing of the Nonproliferation Treaty in the 1970s, we've had an important role to play in upholding and strengthening nuclear safeguards, both at home and in other countries. But since the end of the Cold War and the beginning of our big increase in work with Russia, and especially since September 11th, which gave a very large impulse to our nuclear security work, we have secured roughly 93% of all of the nuclear warhead and nuclear material sites of concern in Russia. We have repatriated tons of material, highly enriched uranium that used to be in civilian research reactors around the world. We've shut down some 64 or converted research reactors, shut down or converted them from the use of highly enriched uranium to low enriched uranium. We have established radiation detection monitors on the borders around Russia and around the republics of the former Soviet Union, and we're expanding that work to other countries around the world, particularly in major seaports, what we call megaports. In fact, that particular program is called the Megaports Initiative, and it's designed to detect the presence of radioactivity or radioactive materials, nuclear materials, inside sea containers, which are the primary mechanism for transporting the global trade. So we've had a lot of successes over the years, especially in the past 10 years, and we're looking forward to completing President Obama's mandate to secure all remaining vulnerable nuclear materials around the world over the next 4 years. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I expect NNSA to be successful wherever we work. But we've been very focused on our work with our Russian partners over the last 10 to 15 years. That work is drawing to a close. It's not complete yet. We have some work we feel we would like to get done yet, and the Russians would like to get done. But beyond that, we are trying to create ever larger concentric circles around essentially the Eurasian landmass. So we are focused especially on the Caucasian republics. We're focused on Central Asia. We're focused on Eastern Europe. The Middle East is certainly a challenge for us. So is South Asia. So if you can envision a map that starts perhaps with Russia, which had the largest inventory of nuclear materials of concern to us back 15 years ago, and as I said, drew ever larger concentric circles outward from there, that kind of defines where we expect the bulk of our work to take us in the next 3 to 5 years.